I'm Jono, I'm the bass player, and
I'm Oliver Ackerman, and I play guitar and sing, and we're in A Place to Bury Strangers.
we are.
And we came about just, I guess, at the time when I moved to New York from Virginia, and then kind of continued along the path of making the same sort of kind of music since the band that I was in previously, Skywave. It's sort of like a continuation of the same kind of thing, to make like crazy, fucked up music, which, you know, kind of like hits you in multiple different spots, you know, like with the sound and the vision and all that stuff at once.
Different levels of intensity and all kinds of structures, and that's about it.
Always writing like tons of songs, and it's always like the same sort of kind of thing, and you know, we're just trying to see what kind of is going on and what's happening. We're sort of working out, like taking our time with this stuff to see what kind of, you know, thing we could have happen where it could be really good. Like I've just been doing this kind of like DIY sort of thing for like years and years and years. And I just kind of like, since moving to New York, and like I also run an effect pedal company and stuff like that, it's like I don't have that much time to like, you know, be doing all the promotion and stuff that's involved in, you know, promoting all this music and stuff. So we're kind of trying to see if we can get someone else to kind of like really take a hold of it. And there's already some people interested, but we're just sort of like waiting and biding our time until we get our act completely together to see what happens. All this stuff is like really just kind of like all the songs are written the most natural way possible. It's kind of like, you know, whatever songs, you know, you kind of almost even happen upon, at least the best ones, you know, and it's sort of something that either kind of like pops in your head, or you'll hear while you're playing something else, or maybe like from a radio far away, which you can't even tell what's going on, you know. But it's also definitely like from inspiration of things. You know, you hear stuff like, you know, like Hank Williams Sr. said, you know, the best songs were, all his songs that he would ever keep were written in like 5 minutes. And if he didn't write it in 5 minutes, then he wouldn't use it, you know. So it's kind of like, you know, taking that mentality and then sort of like, you know, it's almost that like perfect bliss of like when a song sort of comes to you in a way. And so it's sort of, I guess it could mean that the music could change in any direction at any time if like, you know, views and stuff like that changed, but I don't think so.
I don't think we ever saw something else outside of the band, and we're like, we want to do this, we want to achieve this level, we want to be like that band. So I think, obviously, you know, we have influences, everybody does, but I think we just, you know, it is what it is. It's just, then we'll see where it goes.
Don't hold up and go
we came up here, you know, and had Paul Coldry and Sean Slade mix some songs because the old bass player in our band was friends. His girlfriend Jackie grew up with Paul Coldry, and then just happened to pass along the demo that we had been working on at the time, and they were like really thrilled and psyched about it. So they had us like come up here and mix, you know, which was really good, and had a blast doing that kind of thing. And they really like helped us hone in on kind of like at least getting an idea of where we could take the sound further and stuff like that. But I think also like the recordings and the live shows, it's like, you know, recording and something that's live are like two completely different things. Something that is a recording, you know, you have all these opportunities to add all these different tracks and stuff like that, and like, you know, redo things and overdub things and like really perfect a certain, you know, element and create an atmosphere with the recording. And then with a live show, it's a completely different thing because it's all about the moment, you know, and it's all about taking that moment and like, you know, doing as much as you possibly can with that, really like, you know, invading all the senses as possible, you know, just, you know, destroying the eyes, messing with the ears, you know, and everything, so that you feel kind of like, I guess it's like sadomasochistic in a way, where it's like, it's maybe so loud that it really hurts. It's like, there'll be such brightness and such intensity that it really hurts, to where you sort of maybe even like question even really wanting to step into this or even be around this kind of thing. A lot of the songs have had drum machines on them, and it's only purely for a writing, you know, element.
Some of the songs that you're hearing are demo songs.
They're all pretty much like, you know, it's just an idea. It's like a lot of the things were almost even recorded start to finish by me, and just have like, you know, just lay down a drum beat and then you lay down the other parts. But ultimately, like, you know, the drummer can play all the drum machine beats. He's amazingly wicked to be able to do all that stuff. And, you know, is definitely competent enough to be able to do all these things. It's just sort of like to get that idea down in that moment. You know, as I was saying before, maybe we're going to go and like we're still kind of developing what's going on with the band. Maybe we'll re-record the stuff, maybe not. Maybe we'll just be moving on to other material, you know, and then those songs will just stay the way they are. Maybe some things that sounds like a drum machine may actually be a drummer, you know, as well. Like, yeah.
But there are drum machines on.
There are
some
drum
tracks,
machines. Yeah. You know.
But that's just mostly a matter of convenience.
Yeah. But no keyboards.
No keyboards.
No. Whatever. Keyboards are fine, but I don't have any.
I watched it fade away.
we have had some really sweet opportunities. Like I got to play guitar with Serena Manish recently, which was really good. And like I build effects pedals, the Death by Audio effects pedals, and like there's lots of cool people who own them, like bands like Lightning Bolt and U2 and Wilco and Lauryn Hill and I don't know, tons of other bands. Also, you know, we got to record with Paul Coltrane and Sean Slade. I mean, or mix with them. That was really cool. We got invited down to flown down by ASCAP to play South by Southwest for their showcase, which was pretty fun.
Nothing crazy's ever happened to me.
Nothing's ever crazy happened to John out.
We got to be on Sirius Radio.
We got to be on Sirius Satellite Radio, see
cool.
Lionel Richie. That was pretty exciting.
We got to talk about our stuff and have more Spinal Tap moments.
And we still have never actually released anything officially, so that's kind of
we got that
pretty good to have
to,
some accomplishments under our belts and only have made a couple CDRs and handed them out. It's pretty sweet. We used to have a crazy drummer who was psycho that I used to live with. He was a pathological liar. And so he was one of the sweetest guys you'll ever meet, but just really weird, like lied that his mother died and like would just like get really nuts and like that song Never Going Down, it's him playing drums on it. And like to get that take, you know, he had drank like maybe it was whatever one of those big bottles of Jim Beam is, a fifth or something. Is that what it is? No, that's like whatever, like half gallon or something.
I have no idea.
Someone said it'd be a good idea when your mom dies or something. And so he was going through this really fake trauma, which was really weird. And so, but anyways, he was like, you know, he would get pissed off when he'd skip a beat or something. And so he'd be throwing something inside this little room that we had built inside of our loft. And so me and the other guy, Tim, in the band at the time, were recording, and he's just going freaking crazy in the room, like throwing shit. We don't know if he's like destroying our amps or whatever. And we're looking at each other with this board, and we're like, you know, maybe we should just open up the door and whack him with the board, you know, knock him out. And it was like, the thing is, if you met this guy, he was like this big freaking Navy Ranger dude who's like freaking just looked like a gorilla or something like that. And, you know, if we didn't get the chance to knock him out, then he probably would have killed us or something like that. So we kind of just let him go on, and eventually he got the take, and it was pretty sweet.
I don't even think we really know what we want to do yet with recording. We're still,
well, I think definitely, at least on the element, if you're wondering whether things like are ever going to die down in intensity, definitely not. You know, it's definitely going to, you know, escalate, and always searching for making things like really crazy and like hearing inspiration like bands like Zinlu Supreme, you know, and stuff where you hear like this song which is going on for a couple minutes and is like sounds really crazy, and you're like, man, this is so fucking crazy, and then all of a sudden it just gets even crazier, and you're like, damn, this is like nuts, I can't even believe that. Like all these elements to definitely take into play. And you know, I've always been into stuff which is like, you know, really crazy. I mean, but also I love bands like really mellow slow dive songs and like, you know, the Cocteau Twins and stuff. It's like there's different elements of all sorts of things. You can't even also pinpoint exactly what you're gonna write, you know, at any given time or something like that. Those things, you know, just kind of come to us anyways. So, you know, but I think definitely I'm always inspired with like lots of, you know, just having like a really rough time, you know, like, and that's a big inspiration, you know, having like lost love and like just fucked up things happening in your life. I can't imagine having life going like really smooth anytime to where I'd write really happy songs, but you know, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's any danger of us losing the intensity. Like as we've just said, you know, Ollie is all about intensity and like building different levels and like fucking around and surprising you. So yeah, well, you know, it's always going to be there, I think. You never know though. Something, your life could turn out to be perfect.
Who knows?